Hey, everybody. Good morning. And welcome to our 90-day run lesson today. I'm not going to have my camera on, but wanted to still pour into you. I'm having a reaction to a facial cream, so not too fun to look at, but still wanted to do the lesson and pour into you and share, what Eric's thoughts were for today and the assignment. I know that we are all working on Saturdays. Many of us are taking Sundays as a rest day to regroup and kind of do other things that we have in life. But today's lesson, I'm going to try to keep these always short and sweet. Really has to do again with distractions and focused and where we tend to get ourselves pulled away from what our intention is. And so, one of the things that it's interesting because I was in Clubhouse and John Assaraf popped in and gave a lesson on subconscious behaviors and patterns right before I did this lesson. So they actually went right back to back. But if you're looking at where you are and you are thinking about where you want to be, and you're frustrated going, how in the heck do I get there? I am so capable. I can totally do this, but I am not doing it. Something is getting in the way. It really, for the most part, boils down to your subconscious mind. So if you don't know who John Assaraf is, he's kind of the man behind The Secret, the book and the movie, and he's got a business called NeuroGym and really helps people recognize where their subconscious mind is getting in the way and how they can get around it. And a big part of all of this really has to do with just getting ourselves into a different behavior pattern. And so if you get yourself into a different behavior pattern, then over time, if you run that for 100 days, then you have pre-programmed your subconscious mind to do things differently. So that's what we are doing with the structure that we put in place for you. That's what we're doing with, really having you, if you think about some of the exercises, we are really encouraging you to just turn your brain off and do the exercise, turn your brain off, do the exercise, turn your brain off and do the exercise. And before you know it, that's become something that is just your nature. And it's easy for you to have those conversations. In the beginning, reaching out to people, your hot market, if you've done that exercise and asking people to become a one-time customer to support your business, probably seemed like something that was really, it's probably really stressful for you. You probably had anxiety around it. It probably made you really uncomfortable. But after you did 10, 11, 12 of those, it's like, oh, this is no big deal at all. Or posting on social media every day, if that was uncomfortable, or going live. And so the only way to really get around the blockage of your subconscious mind is to enter into new habits. So again, we have these power hours where you're getting out of your head and just getting right into massive action. Hopefully you're doing that with these exercises that are on here too, will really help you get into a new rhythm in a new program. But Eric also just wanted you to recognize that it's easy to do that if you're plugging in and you're going to work as soon as you get done listening to this lesson, or it's easy to do it when you're on a power hour. But where in your day do you find yourself just blanking out? And so a blank out would be a moment in time where you just decide to get away from your high paying activities, and maybe you start organizing the garage or organizing your desk or food prepping, or you say, you know what, damn it, I deserve a Netflix binge, or, oh, I need to clear my mind and I'm going to go take a walk right now. Or you start organizing your closet, or you start scrolling on TikTok. So what is your go-to? So I think it's really important for everybody just to take a second and go, where is your blank out? Is that when you're like, oh, I'm going to call my girlfriends and see what they're up to, or I'm going to call a friend and catch up, or I'm going to call my boyfriend and see if he wants to hang out? Where is it that you blank out every day? Because we're only, just a small way into this 90-day run. I would imagine that everybody, including myself, has these moments of these quote unquote blankouts. And so where are you losing an hour? Where are you losing 3 hours? Where are you losing 10 hours? Maybe you're losing a whole weekend. Where are you starting to justify not taking action? Maybe you're starting to blame people. Where is that happening in your life right now? And the important thing to realize is that that is your subconscious mind. You're going back to a pattern that has existed forever, and that's okay. We just need to understand how to get around it. So for some of us, we perform better when we are under pressure or when we're out there to the world, right? So I perform better when on camera. Live video is something that's very easy for me, but it also puts me in a spotlight and ensures that I perform because I know people are watching. So, another thing that I think about is I pretend often when I'm working and sitting at my desk that Jeff Roberti is watching me. And so, Jeff is the number one earner in the world, not only in our organization, but he's also the number one in the world in all of network marketing. So Jeff knows how to move. Jeff built his business on recruiting people to 3 different presentations a day. They would do 3 presentations every single day. And when he wasn't presenting in the room to those people, he was out recruiting people for those presentations. So I think about that level of activity, that level of focus. Is Jeff Roberti watching? I think about Elizabeth Schulke, the number one earner in Europe. And, having the opportunity to watch how she works, and she does not get distracted on social media. She sits down to work. She's not scrolling. She does not watch a video. She doesn't share anything. She doesn't text anybody. She is in her DMO for that moment. So these things may be helpful to you. You just have to think and realize what you respond best to. Where do your results come from? And what would be the thing that you could do? You could send your scorecard to your upline. So I put a scorecard in the group that shows what your activity is, and you could put a scorecard in the group. I'm sorry, you could put it in the group too, and just let people know every day that the number of reach outs that you're doing, and this is what your conversion rate is. It's very important for you to recognize what your conversion rate is. What is getting converted over to conversations? What is getting from reach outs? What is getting converted from those conversations into actual business? Number of customers, number of partners that you're getting every single day. Our goal is to recruit 20 people in 30 days. So, we're less than halfway into this. And if you are not halfway to getting your 20 people, then you may want to step up the amount of activity that you're doing every single day. It's not a bad idea to think about putting consequences in place for yourself if you're not reaching your daily goals, as well as give yourself some type of reward. But again, we are all self-employed here. So you have to employ yourself to do the right behaviors. And you also have to know where you start to blank out and start to build a system and daily habits where you're blanking out less. So I know there's a couple new people on my team that are plugging into more than 1 power hour a day because they're noticing that their productivity is better. Knowing that you're working with other people may be a helpful thing. So the goal that Eric has given us all for the weekend is to get 20 people to say no. And if you do that, if you get 20 people to say no, your business is going to grow. And you may be thinking, how in the world will my business grow if I'm getting 20 people to say no? Well, your business grows because you will get yeses along the way of getting those no's. So again, you may not know what your conversion rate is, but if you have 2 people tell you no for every 1 person that tells you yes, then if you get 20 no's, then you're going to get 10 new customers or partners or combination of both by the end of this weekend. So the goal is, I think it's always fun to kind of have a challenge, is by Monday to get 20 people to say no. So that means 20 people have had an exposure, and, then you follow up from that exposure, and they may have questions, and you may need to answer questions. You may need to send them more videos, and that pattern, and then you follow up again. And at that point, they may be ready to sign on. They may have more questions. They may need more resources, and you go through that cycle as many times as you need to until you get either a new person signing up or you get somebody to say a no. If somebody ghosts you, that's not an actual no. It's just that somebody has ghosted you. So we're going for 20 no's, and that's the goal for the weekend. And I think it's fun when that Eric puts out these little challenges, because it's always kind of nice to just, we're doing the same thing, but it's just putting a different spin on it. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful to you. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and you're still plugging in. Remember, there's power hours happening on Saturday, and Sunday everything kind of dies down, and we'll restart everything again on Monday for another 6-day run. So it doesn't mean that you can't work on Sundays. If Sunday's a great day for you to have conversations, please utilize your Sundays. Just realize that the power hours are not happening, and there's no calls on Sundays.